Welcome to Jersey Line. Pat O'Melia here, your pigskin prognosticator. Didn't have a good week last week, but I went 8-8. Some tough games there. But as you get further in the season, these teams got a lot of scouting reports. They play each other tough. I'm lucky I got 8-8. There were some difficult games, especially when you got Hall of Fame quarterbacks and you're having problems with Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So we started anew. It is December. Let's have a few Christmas miracles here as we get into the season. Remember, bet with your head. Don't go crazy. You can bet like $5 on FanDuel. You don't have to go nuts here. You don't have to bet the rent. All right, here we go. Thursday night. We got the Bills at the Patriots. Bills look like they got their footing. They had a couple of rough games there. The Pats play a solid game. They're always a solid team, but they don't have the offense to keep up with the Bills. And Belichick is not going to be tricking Josh Allen. I'm going to take those Bills in Foxborough, giving 4.5. So I'm taking the Bills minus 4.5. Over/under 43.5. Sunday, no England, no Germany games. I kind of got used to those 9:30 games, but Sunday, 1 o'clock, we got the Jetsies at the Vikings. Jetsies with Mike White. We have another Mike White sensation this year. Did that last year. Beat Cincinnati. Then he played Buffalo, and Mike White came back to life, came back to earth. Vikings, yeah, they got a good record. I think they're 9-2, but they played down to their opponent. I'm going to say they're not going to do it this week. I'm going to take those Vikings at home, -3 against the Jets. Vikings -3, over/under 45.5. I got faith in Kirk Cousins, which is odd to say. 1 o'clock, Broncos at Ravens. What they should have done, the coach is probably going to get fired. He'll be one and done. When they brought in Russell Wilson, what you do is you put in Russell Wilson's offense. What they try to do is shoehorn in Aaron Rodgers' offense from Green Bay. That's where Nathan Hackett came from. This team is embarrassing, but they got a good defense. But the defense is getting worn down here, too, and they're going to get worn down a lot more with the Ravens. The Broncos can't score. They average something like 15 points a game. I'm going to take those Ravens, and I'm giving 8.5 points at home. They're in Baltimore. I'm going to take the Ravens -8.5, over/under 39.5. If you're an over/under guy, I would take the under in this one. 1 o'clock, Steelers at Falcons. Steelers won for me last week. They won outright, and they were the underdog. I think they're going to do it again. I think Kenny Pickett is getting his feet on the ground. You got Waters back. They got the defenses clicking. I'm going to take those Steelers at Atlanta, at the Atlanta Falcons. Steelers -1.5, over/under 43.5. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Jaguars at Lions. Hard to tell what Lion team is going to show up. But the Lions can win, and they can do it anytime. They hurt me last week. They beat the Bears, right? Yeah, they beat the Bears. No, who did they beat last week? I lost with them. The Bears lost to the Jetsies. I forget who the Lions beat. But I'm going to take those Lions against the Jaguars. Jaguars pulled off a hell of a win. They went for the 2-point conversion to win the game instead of tying it. Well, where are they going? If they lost, they got a better draft choice. So it really wasn't that much of a gamble for the Jaguars. I'm going to take I'm going to take the Lions against the Jaguars. Lions -1, over/under 51.5. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Titans at Eagles. Probably a game of the week, one of them anyway. Eagles look like they got their wings back. They're putting up points again. I'm going to take that. I like the Titans. The Titans control the game. A big game management with the Titans. But I think the Eagles are just too explosive. I'm going to take the Eagles, -5.5, over/under 44.5. Over/under 44.5. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Browns at Texans. Jameis, their quarterback. No, I'm saying it's not Jameis Winston. Deshaun Watson. He's finally got the okay to play. He hasn't played in like 2 years. He's getting his first start. And who did he get his first start against? His old team, the Texans. I'm going to say he's going to be psyched for this. And the Browns got a good running game. I'm going to take the Browns -7, over/under 47.5. Sunday, 1 o'clock, the Commanders at my New York Football Giants. The Commanders got it going on. Heineke is playing some good football. I think they got to give this guy a long-term contract next year, at least a couple of 3 years anyway. The Giants, it's probably a field goal game, but I'm going to figure it a field goal game. I'm going to take the Washington Commanders, hard for me to say Commanders, minus 2.5, over under 40.5. Sunday, the Packers at Bears. Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. He said that. He's back in Chicago. Let's see if he still owns them. I'm going to say yes, because I don't even know who's quarterbacking for the Bears. Justin Fields is out with the separated shoulder, so I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers again. And every time I go with Aaron Rodgers, I lose, but I'm going to go with him. I'm going to take the Packers minus 5.5, over under 43.5. Seahawks at Rams. Seahawks didn't cover for me last week, but at least they played well. You got to give Geno Smith is probably the comeback player of the year. I'm going to take the Rams are decimated. Cooper Kupp's out. Stratford is out. I don't know who's quarterbacking this week for the Rams. I'm going to take the Seahawks because I really have any choice. There's really no Rams left. I'm going to take the Seahawks minus 7.5, over under 41.5. 4 o'clock game, Dolphins at 49ers, one of the great games of the week. I like Tua. And I think this will be a close game. This is, Tua can score. I see this being close. The 49ers can score. The Dolphins are getting points. I'm getting the Dolphins, one of the best teams in the AFC, plus 3.5. So I'm taking them Dolphins at the 49ers. Dolphins plus 3.5, over under 46.5. 4 o'clock game. Chargers at Raiders. The Chargers are getting there. You can see they're getting there. I did okay with the Chargers last week. I'm going to ride with the Chargers again with the Raiders, who beat me last week, the Raiders. I'm going to take the Chargers minus 1.5, over under 50.5. Another one of the great games this week. This is a real rematch from last year. The Chiefs at the Cincinnati Bengals. Chiefs are playing well, but the Chiefs don't do that well with the spread. And the Chiefs let teams hang around. You don't want to let Cincinnati hang around. Joe Burrow's got his feet back. He's healthy. He's clicking. He gets all his players back. I don't know if Mixon's going to play this week, but if he does, more for the offensive arsenal there in Cincinnati. Plus, Cincinnati's at home, and they're getting 2.5. I'm taking those Bengals, plus 2.5, over under 52.5. 8 o'clock game, Colts at Cowboys. If you've seen the game last week, you're wondering when is Jeff Saturday going to call a timeout. Didn't call a timeout, but he's a rookie head coach. He was a great center with the Colts. He'll learn. I don't know if he'll be there next year, but he's learning on the job here. But he's going to learn that the Cowboys are a much better team. I'm going to take the Cowboys, minus 10.5, over under 43.5. And Monday night, the Saints versus the Bucs. Lost with the Bucs last week. I keep losing with Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I'm going to go with the Hall of Fame quarterback again. I think the Red Rifle is starting for New Orleans. So I'm going to go with Tom Brady. And there's rumors about Tom Brady next year going back to the Patriots. Wouldn't that be something? I'm going to take the Buccaneers Monday night, minus 3.5, over under 40.5. Again, don't bet crazy. Bet with your head. Enjoy the games. I'll talk to you next week. Good luck.